So one aspect of thankfulness I want to focus on is learning to be content and thankful for the here and now in life, no matter what is going on. I think like most humans, it's a struggle of mine. Instead of focusing on now, it's about the next thing. When you're younger, maybe it's about growing up, getting done with school, having more freedom in a job, traveling, getting married, having children, etc. All the things that most of us very much look forward to. So it's very near to my heart because that is me. And sometimes I remind myself of the phrase, I'll be happy when, fill in the blank, because I can have this tendency to do that. And it's very interesting because it's been a recent thing that I've been having to deal with and think about and really evaluate myself with. So we really want children, and children aren't coming yet. I've struggled with this anxiety about this, not having started a family yet and things like that. And my husband, who fully believes we will have children, he just asked, he's asked us a few times, he's like, so when we do have a child, what will you want next? And anytime he asks that question, it always initially stumps me. And then I make the joke, I'll want another baby, which it's a little bit of a serious joke. But when he says that, it does stop me because it does make me think about how I'm treating here and now. And will I treat that next phase of when we do have children any different? Will it be like, oh, I just can't wait till they're a toddler, or oh, I just can't wait until they can do more for themselves? Will I be in this constant state? And it's been something I've been working through, and I really wanted to share. Like I said, I think it's what most of us at times can struggle with if we're not on top of it, and if we're not being active and being thankful and grateful for what is now in our lives, no matter what. And that's one thing I recently talked with one of my dear friends who is basically, we're in the exact same season of life, and we're both looking towards when we can have children. But we were on the phone and we were talking about, like, we really want kids. We want that family, but we do, by being married, we are a family now. And so it's like, how can I focus on my family, the one that my husband and I have created by being married? How can we focus on that now? How can we be content and thankful and focus on this phase of life that we will not be in again? That is precious, and if you consider just the grand scheme of your life, very short. And so I do want to read in Colossians chapter 3. The whole chapter really does lend itself towards this, but specifically I want to look at verse 15. And let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to which also you were called in one body, and be thankful. We can't have this anxiety about the next step, but can you have anxiety and a rush of anxiousness and peace, the peace of God? They can't coexist. So it is something we need to be active in praying for and seeking the peace of God. And through the peace of God, we will be thankful.